Good morning, everybody. My name is Bruce the Painter. My best friend, Steve the Builder, said he thought you would like to watch me paint my house, because my house is getting old and it needs a fresh coat of paint. So today I thought I might tell you and teach you a bit about painting the house. So first things I need is these things. Do you know what they are? Paintbrushes. That's right. And on the paintbrushes, they are made up of little bristles that can help me paint the house. Now I'm sure, if I remember rightly, at Gulf Harbour Preschool you got some paintbrushes there as well. I think you have. Actually, Steve the Builder was telling me about the wonderful rockets that he and you were making. I'm looking forward to having a look, perhaps. And perhaps you can use your paintbrushes to paint the rockets. Should we start? So today I'll need my paintbrushes. I'll need this thing called sandpaper. I wonder what that's for. Other things I might need is some old clothes. Now you can't see my shorts, but I got some really old clothes on. I wonder why. You got it. Because sometimes paint falls off the paintbrush and onto my clothes, and if I've got my good clothes on, Mum or Dad will not be very happy. So today I've got my old painting clothes on as well. Also, what I use is a thing called a drop sheet. Would like to see it? I'll pop down and get it. Here it is. It's a big old piece of material that I can put down on the ground so the drops of paint won't fall on the ground, on the carpet if you're doing inside, on the outside over my plants. So here we go. I'll put it over the plants. Now we're right. Now, can you see this thing behind me on my house? My house is old. So there's a bit of timber that is showing through. So I need to fix that first before I do my good coat. And we'll look at that in a minute. But I wonder why we need to paint the house. Do you know? I think the first thing we do is to make our house look beautiful. Because sometimes the house gets old, the paint gets old, flakes off, and it looks ugly. We don't want that. That's the first thing. So I want my house to look beautiful again and shiny and new. First thing. The second thing we want to look at is to make sure we protect our house. To protect the timber or the material that the house is made of. So what I'm going to do is it's a bit like sunscreen. You know, in summertime when you go out and play in the sandpit out at the preschool, you have to put sunscreen on to protect your face so the sun doesn't come in and burn your skin. What we're doing here is protecting our house. So we protect it from the wind, from the rain, and from any other issues that may affect the house. So we're going to protect our house from those elements of the weather. Right, now I'm ready to go. I've got my old clothes on, I've got my paintbrushes and my paint. So are you ready to watch and ready to go? Right, now I've got to fix this bit up here first, so you watch what I do. Now I need a thing called an undercoat, the first coat. So I'll take my small brush. Now my small brush has got these nice bristles. Oh, how do you hold a paintbrush? A bit like a pencil. I put my fingers around, can you see? Around there. And I'm ready to move it. I can move it back and forward, up and down. Not like this, because I'll hold it like this. It's hard to paint. So I hold it like a paintbrush so I can brush back and forth. So you watch. Now, I'm going to get the undercoat, the first coat. Do you want to see? I've got to be careful because I don't want to spill it. No, take the top off. And today I've got a big pot. Here it is. My big pot of undercoat called primer. You just see it's white. Wonder what the Maori word for white. Perhaps you can find out. So I'm going to take a bit of paint. Not too much, so you can see it on my paintbrush. Not too much. That much. I'm going to paint it on that brown spot just here to cover it, so to prime. So here it goes. Are you watching? I'm going to go one way and back. Here it goes. Can you see it all nice and white? So I'm painting it back and forth. That is called an undercoat. So the bits of damaged timber, the bad bits, you can't see the rest of my house, but there's lots of little bits of white paint on my house. So that's the first thing, the undercoat. That's the first thing. Other thing I have to do sometimes is I have to use my sandpaper. Now my sandpaper is actually a bit of paper with a bit of roughness. Can you hear it? A bit of roughness. Now what we need to do is just make the house nice and smooth. So, shall I try? I'll watch you again. You go back and forward to make it smooth. Here we go. Put it up here. Back, forward. Here I'm sanding my house so it's nice and smooth so the paint will flow on nicely when I put it on. Here we watch it. Back and forward. Next one. This one. Oh, a bit of an old other white paint I put up here as well. Hope you can see. It's very bright, the sunshine today. Beautiful day. Here it is. Back and forth. Hear the noise? It makes a scraping sound. Scrape. There we are. So I've done my undercoat and I've done my sandpaper. Now I should do the fun part, the top coat. I've got a big brush. Now I'm going to pop down and get my big new paint, my top paint, and I've got a colour called Bocara Grey today. So here I go. I'm going to pop down and get my paintbrush. I'm back. Okay. I'm going to open up the big, this is another big container. Oh, here it is. The first thing I have to do is give it a mix up. So I'm going to take my paintbrush. See the big paintbrush? I'm going to stir it up. Stir, stir, stir. So it's all mixed up. Nice and well. Here we go. I'm going to stir it up. All right. I'm going to drip the edges on the side. So I'm not putting too many drops on my drop sheet. Here we are. There's my first lot of paint. Now I'm going to do, watch what I do. First thing I'll do this bit under what we call the weatherboards. Here we go. From here, watching me, from there, oh, I'm going to put like a pencil, from the edge, go across, see, nice and neatly, and back, so it's covered nicely. That's the underside. I think I need some more paint. A bit more paint this time. Here we go. I'm going to do the front part now. Here we go. From there, we paint it nice back, and oh, it's nice and smooth. Should I do the next part? This is fun. This is great fun. Hope you're enjoying it. Now I'm going to do the next part under here. And back and forth. Back and forth. So it's nice and smooth. Can you see it? Does your mum or dad paint their houses? Perhaps they do. One more piece. Now here we go. More paint. Here we go. From this bit up here. From the top. Across. And back, across and back, so it's nice and smooth to protect my house. Now I've got a big house, so it's going to take me a long time to paint my house. Do you think you'd be good at painting as well? Perhaps Linda and Steve might get you to do some painting at preschool when you're allowed to go back. You can paint using a big paintbrush like this, perhaps, if you help mum or dad, or the small paintbrushes like you have at preschool. Well, I hope Steve the builder likes my painting. He may ask me to go and paint his house one day. I wonder. Well, that's me at the moment. So I hope you enjoyed looking at painting. I've got lots more to tell you one day perhaps. So have a good day and we'll see you another time. This is Bruce the Painter. Bye-bye.